Well, having come from a world where, the fixed price contract and 100-page scope documents were the rule of the day, we have a very, very simplified contract structure, and there's a reason for that. Unit pricing for things like routers and switches and servers and email boxes and things works fairly well. The number of them is relatively commensurate with the level of effort. That couldn't be less true in the database world. One database could keep 3 database administrators busy, and one database administrator could manage 50 databases, depending on how they're structured, what's in there, and how dynamic the ins and outs are into that. So we have structured our contracts around level of effort. Now, as soon as somebody hears level of effort, they immediately think, oh geez, unpredictable cost, lots of volatility, a lot of adversarial relationship between between client and provider. Well, nothing could be further from the truth. What we do is we establish a level of effort base that is essentially a split between our primary and our operational team with our client. And we do an estimate of that. What we don't do is, and then we establish whatever that is. Our standard offering, as an example, is something we call a full shift. A full shift is 40 hours a week. 40 hours a week split between 8 hours of primary and 32 hours of operational DBA. So that's sort of a base offering. But what we don't do is we don't get hung up on and stand on ceremony about whether it's an operational task or it's a small project or it's this or it's that. What we say is if you bought a full shift of Microsoft SQL and the work you're asking us to do is Microsoft SQL and you've got a small project to do this month, we will do that small project within that bound of that level of effort as long as we don't materially exceed that. We bill less than 2% of our revenue in overages. So that covenant over contract concept that you ask about is that if the contract was the only thing we lived by, we would be looking to bill overages on every single thing. But because we work with our customers, with the service delivery management team, and we basically typically fit the level of effort into whatever the contractual load is, we simply don't have a tremendous amount of those overages. Those overages are always pre-approved by our customers. It's a very collaborative environment. So level of effort, somewhat counterintuitively, has helped tremendously in predicting costs for our customers, staying within that level of effort, but then not standing on ceremony about the type of work that's being done, as long as it's being done in the right technical discipline.